Hello, this is the Crimson Realist here. Welcome to my new video. Today we're going to do something a little bit new. We're not going to do a gameplay walkthrough or playthrough or a let's play today. Today we're going to do something else. We're going to be playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. It's not that old of a title, and it's kind of like an educational purpose kind of video for anybody who wants to know a little bit more about cars, especially if you're trying to be a mechanic. And well, really, generally, what you want to do is I've been playing this game a bit for a while, so generally, what you want to do, you go to the phone, and these are a list of jobs. Some you can't be able to access yet until you have a certain amount of XP to do them. What you want to do is just take the job. Well, generally here, you're just trying to fix a list of parts that are not working on this vehicle. Like the suspension right here is in really bad shape. That's probably going to need to be replaced. Okay, it says right here, it's not exactly, you don't know exactly what it is. Some of the parts you haven't discovered yet, so you most likely will have to take the car apart to figure out which parts they are. So you click on the car. Pressing 3 is examine mode. And anything that's highlighted red indicates a part that is in really bad condition. One is disassemble mode. Well, first I want to take this off. Take the spring plate off. I most definitely know this has got to be replaced. Take the rear axle knuckle housing B. So honestly, when I last played this game, this was the last car I was working on that I never got around to finishing. So I'm gonna take this off, take that off. I mean, with the amount of rust on this rear axle, oh, this thing's kind of messing up on me. All right, here we go. It's not in good condition because it's all rusty, but also you gotta consider all the different components inside, like gears or anything that it uses to function. You just know that everything on the inside of it's in bad shape too, so the entire thing's gonna have to be replaced. Oh yeah, I gotta take this off too. Leaf spring plate. Solid axle control arm. I take the rubber bushing out. I'll take the other arm off. First, take the rubber bushing out. And before I do anything else, I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that and like replace all the parts back there that need to be replaced. You got your part shop, your body part shop, wheel shop, bank loan, like part shop. Well, first, I do want to see which parts I'm gonna need. Well, I also forgot to mention that you got a toolbox, you can upgrade your equipment. That way it's easier to, like fix things or disassemble everything. And, well, I've got my repair tools, to level 1. So that's 50 chance of repair for a certain part, but it's not really, sometimes it's reliable, sometimes it's not. But I can go to the repair table, attempt to repair the part that needs to be repaired. Managed to repair it. Core condition after repair 62%. That's pretty good. Leaf spring plate. Nope, that's not going to work. Neither is that. I could try, but I don't really want to attempt I mean, they're still functional. They're not in the best, like, condition, but I don't want I don't want to take a chance of making it worse, so what I want to do is I'll buy the brake drums. Look for any other parts I need to buy. No, I don't want to do that. Drum wheel cylinder. Get a new leaf spring. I'll buy a brake shoe. And yeah, that rubber bushing is going to need to be replaced. Coil spring rear drive axle, that's a no-brainer. I already knew that thing needed to be replaced. $600. That sure is a lot of money on repairs, but I mean, you gotta fix it, man. Sometimes it's just inevitable. It's either replace the part that needs to be replaced or buy a new car. I mean, that's the thing with cars. Like, they don't last forever. I mean, everything like wears down over time. Well, I bought the wrong one because they look very similar. That's another thing you gotta look out for in this game is some of the parts are gonna look the same. Oh yeah, that was the right one right there. Some of the parts look the same, so you really gotta look closely at the words when you before buying something from the store. But you can always get a refund on it, so it's not a big deal. Go into assemble mode. Oh. Now talking in like an experience of a mechanic, I mean, if it's in the yellow zone, just recommend new ones. Don't replace it unless the customer specifies they want it replaced. I mean, you can always recommend it, but you don't really necessarily have to get it replaced immediately at that time. Now, red zone, that's different. Put the wheel back. Rear shock absorber B. Now you see in the rear, there's no brake pad or brake caliper. It's like brake drum. Like some people say they're good, some people say they don't. I mean, they last. I mean, I hear they last longer, but most people really prefer just the brake and the brake caliper itself. But everybody's got a preference. I forget about the rubber bushing. The drive shaft back. Don't forget to screw in this side. Okay, I just want to put this leaf spring plate back. And put back the good ones, not the bad one I've got. I mean, you can always try the repair table when you have it upgraded to 50% chance of repair, but if you have a car like this, I wouldn't recommend it because you got so many parts you gotta like replace. I mean, all you'll do is end up just breaking other parts and having to buy those. When you get like six, if you upgrade to 60% like probability, it's probably better. Just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Everything looks like it's intact. So I'll just move on to the next one. Move on to the front now. I can already tell what parts are already bad. That steering rack is in awful condition. So is both the inner tie rods and outer tie rods. Well, the sway bars and it's midish, but it's not it's not in like very like terrible bad shape that needs to be replaced at this time. Steering rack, on the other hand, yeah, that doesn't look that good. Well, outer tie rod is midish. Let's get this off. Get this wheel off. This brake disc ventilated needs to be replaced badly. Let's get the yeah, the brake caliper definitely needs to be replaced. I'll look at it in a minute though. Well, brake pads are at 50% capacity. That brake caliper needs to be replaced. All right. So we're gonna go to the store again. I want that. I want that. Let's look at this one, since I haven't paid any attention to it. Well, just by looking at it, it's in rough shape, but not like in too bad rough shape. I mean, the timing cover looks a little bit, has a bit of wear on it. Doesn't look like it needs to be replaced at this time. Radiator's okay. Could be better though. Well, this game came out in 2015. It's somewhat accurate, but not 100%, because you see, they got the battery right there just floating in midair. It would actually be attached to two like clamps to the like one to the like positive terminal and one to the negative terminal, and it would actually be held in there by a bracket. So it's not completely accurate, but you know, it gives you a sense where everything's gonna be. This one's kind of unusual. I don't really work on these kind of cars very much, but I mean, I know that's a manifold. This is an intake. Your fuel rail. Probably would just put this in a lift just so I can look at it a little bit closer. That looks like that's going to need to be replaced. Actually, I'm gonna need a new outer tie rod. That one's in very bad shape. That's on me because I didn't check that one. Put that back in place. Oh, I forgot to break this one out. All right. Two more problems we haven't discovered, but 80% there. Well, you gotta put the. I should probably put the other wheel back on. All right, let's go into examine mode. Engine head cover looks pretty bad. Take the radiator out. It's kind of obscuring my vision. Crankshaft pulley looks pretty bad. I'm going to take these serpentine belts off. Oh. See anything wrong with the idle roller? Everything looks fine underneath here. Well, the camshaft looks like it's in pretty decent condition. It's yellow. But like I was saying a minute ago, yeah, it's not 100% accurate, but gives you a general understanding what you're looking for in a car. And this game came out like around 2015, 2016, and well, they did come out with one like not too long ago. I think it's got I think it's for VR, and it's supposed to be like pretty accurate. Like it's actually a pretty accurate VR simulation. It kind of is pretty in depth with everything is and how the parts work. I mean, I only saw a trailer for it. I haven't played it or anything like that. I think I have it in my watch list. So these rubber bushings don't look like they're in good shape. Oh, it's yellow. I'll just put it back. Now that one looks pretty bad. That rubber bushing definitely needs to be replaced, so we're gonna go right to the computer, type in bushing. It's in good condition. Well, not in good condition, but it doesn't need to be replaced or anything like that yet. That one looks pretty bad. That might be the one I'm looking for. Yeah, that's got to be replaced. No doubt about that. Repair all gearbox faults, clutch plate, clutch release bearing. All right, we're gonna send her up again. Oh no, I don't want to do that. It's the gearbox. Probably that starter that I had to remove. All right, there we go. I don't see any reason to remove that. Take a look at these parts. Yeah, that clutch release bearing's in really bad shape. That definitely needs to be replaced. Yeah, the clutch plate was in bad shape too. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Right. Car should be all set by now. Yep. Oh, forgot the starter. Another thing, when reassembling a car, always take pictures before you disassemble it. That way you have something, an image to reference off of. There we go. All right. Clutch, pressure plate, bad condition, and clutch release bearing. Now it's got the same problem as the last car. This one should be pretty easy. Oh, okay, there we go. That. And also, you can always sell the broken parts that you replaced, and then you can get a little bit of salvage money off of it. Or just no money at all because they're in just such worthless condition. Well, get some money off that because I didn't even use it. And really, when you bring your car in, I mean, people always like to just like check the depth of your tires with like a tire depth tool and see if it reads right. And if the tires are just like the tire tread is just too low, they just won't bother with the. They'll just tell the customer that they won't bother with the tire rotation, recommend new tires. Or if the tread is just low on like one side and is the other side is just fine, then it might have an alignment problem, and they'll just recommend alignment. Gotta position myself here. All right. Move the drive shaft. Oh yeah, I gotta remove the starter too, so I'm gonna have to put the car back down. Right, we can put it right up, back up in the air. Oh yeah. For those of you who've never worked on cars at all, don't ever get like the fuel filter and the oil filter confused. Like they're completely different. Fuel filter is for like the gas that's getting pumped from the gas tank. Oil filter is like for recirculating, like taking impurities out of the oil and going back to the engine. So yeah, completely different. Oil filter, fuel filter, completely different. So I'll just remove this. Remove the clutch pressure plate and replace it with the new parts I bought. Oh man, that's that's the one thing that kind of bugs me. I gotta reposition myself a bit. Put the drive shaft back. Right. Okay, all repairs are done. Everything's good. Finished job. And that's really just Car Mechanic Simulator. Just doing things over and over until you get used to it and know where everything is, and just being able to identify what parts need to be replaced and what right parts to buy. I mean, it doesn't go into full detail. It's not 100% accurate. Like, it doesn't tell you all about like the bearings inside like a drive axle, or it's really just like replacing just parts in general and just giving you a basic understanding like where every part is going to be located in a vehicle. Well, I think that's going to be enough for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe, and ring the bell at the bottom for more fun gaming content. And be sure to check out more of my other games, my Portal walkthrough, my Doom walkthrough, and I'll see you again next video.